Thank God. Again, thank God. That game was far too stressful yesterday. You could feel the Texas Rangers breathing down your neck. I had the 2 TV setup going, top TV. Red Sox are out to a 4-0 lead. Next thing you know, it's 15-4 Rangers. The Mariners are playing the A's. You're assuming that they're going to win. And you're playing the best team in the American League, your Houston Astros. And that was stressful. Honestly, I don't want to sound soft. I think I have a tummy ache from the game. I do. I think I have a tummy ache. And credit to me, tummy ache survivor, coming into work today after a game that was very stressful. But while I'm excited for playoff baseball to begin, it's definitely got a bit of a different vibe to it because I think a lot of the games are going to feel like that. And yeah, there were some moments last year for the Astros in the playoffs, specifically against Seattle, a couple of times against Philadelphia, where you felt nervous, but my guts be bubbly today.
I don't think you can say, I don't want to sound soft, but, and then have the word tummy come afterwards.
My tummy's feeling kind of flummy, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, no, tummy's one, it's a hard one to say without sounding soft.
But I feel soft after watching this game. Soft on my insides. Soft on the exit. It's not one of those games that has you feeling that much better about the Astros come postseason time. But I'm being a Debbie Downer. And I got to say, while I appreciated Jeff Blum trying to hearken back to the game that he wasn't in attendance for, Astros, Rangers, Mauricio Dubon goes yard twice. He was not able to capture the moment with the majesty that our close friend Julio Morales did. Sorry, Sean. This is Sean shaking his head. I have a tummy ache.
Do it.
Doobie, do it. Hit me one more time. This time I won't.
Doobie, do it.
Okay, finally. I'm being a little more progressive here.
Every time you throw to it and then you immediately start talking again.
Many would argue that's because I'm sexist. I'm talking over the women. I'm talking over Vanessa. There were a lot of people that said, Vanessa left because you talk over her all the time, which might have been true, but I think it's more so because she got a better job. No offense to this one, which I love. But hey, Doobie, do it. That was nice from Mauricio Dubon. It was nice from Jeremy Pena getting interfered with the catcher earlier in the game. Jeremy Pena almost hit a 3-run homer, but it hit the top of the wall, so it ended up being a 1-run double yesterday. It was good to see him doing things at the plate. The real hero from yesterday, though, is not Mauricio Dubon. Doobie, do it! It's not my friend, Jeremy Pena. The thing that should have you most excited coming out of yesterday is that Cristian Javier finally looked like the guy who got that big contract extension this offseason. Javier finished the game with 5 innings pitched and 11 strikeouts along the way, including this strikeout of Gunnar Henderson before getting out of a jam in the 5th.
Couldn't hold up. Henderson going after another high fastball. That's 11 strikeouts for Cristian Javier, matching his season high. A little pop-up. Can Pena get there? Yes, he will. Cristian Javier, well done, sir. 11 strikeouts, 5 innings of 1-run baseball.
Baltimore scored 17 runs against you on Monday and Tuesday. And Cristian Javier comes in. And that's the Cristian Javier we all remember. That's the guy who was part of multiple combined no-hitters last season, including one in the postseason and one in the regular season against the New York Yankees. 68% of his pitches went for strikes, just 3 hits along the way. He struck out 6 of the first 9 batters he faced, 11 whiffs during his first trip during the order, and that four-seam fastball that everyone calls the invisible, that rises a bit. We finally saw it again. 20 swings and misses for just the third time this season. And this has to continue. It has to continue if the Astros are going to go on a run. They must have three starting pitchers of the caliber they had in last year's postseason. And maybe Cristian Javier will be able to keep it up. Honestly, I don't know. What I do know is that was a lights-out performance. I'm happy he did it because this show is a gigantic Cristian Javier show. It's just sucked this season. It has. His ERA is almost 5. But that's what we've been waiting for. Can he duplicate that in his next outing before the playoffs begin? I'm not sure. And if he doesn't, I might walk back some of this. But to do that against a Baltimore Orioles team, which is hitting the absolute bejesus out of the ball, it was massive yesterday. Massive. You can move things around now. You could theoretically try Hunter Brown in the bullpen. You don't need to put him in there for a third start where he's saying that he feels like he located some of his pitches well. And then at the same time, he's giving up 7 runs in a game. Not ideal, in my opinion. But I don't know baseball. For a lot of people, this is what they need. And they need it for more starters, too. I would like to see this from Justin Verlander. I would like to see this from Framber Valdez again. And it's not like he got a bad start from Framber Valdez in his most recent go-round. But before yesterday's game, as we have pointed a lot of fingers at the Astros pitching staff lately, the Astros pitching staff had a 4.86 ERA since the All-Star break, a 4.83 ERA in September. Crikey. That's not good. So you feel good about Cristian Javier. We think Cristian Javier is back. And now we're going to ask a question that we usually reserve for the University of Texas Longhorns football squad. Sean Mapes, sorry if I'm stealing some valor here. Sorry if I'm using some triggering language. But are the Houston Astros back? 713-780-3776 to call, to text. You can join on Twitch, twitch.tv/ESPN975, on Twitter at Gallant says, at Sean A. Mapes. Sean, you have to answer this first because you get this asked about Texas all the time. And Texas, I don't know, maybe not so back after that game against Wyoming and about after how Alabama looked, but we'll bring it back to the Astros. Are the Astros back?
No.
They're not back?
No, they didn't gain any ground or they didn't extend their lead in the AL West.
But they can't control what the Red Sox and A's do. It's not their fault.
Yeah, but come on. Like, they're literally in the exact same spot that they were yesterday when you hemmed and hawed and said,
they're probably not winning the World Series.
Maybe, I don't know. I can't see them win the World Series.
Well, how do you feel right now, declaring them not able to win the World Series after my friend Cristian Javier? I got lots of friends on the Astros. Julia, Jeremy, and now Cristian. Despite the language barrier, guess what?
Good old Chris Javier.
My friend Chris, he went out there, he dominated, and you're too scared to admit that the Astros are back. See, the reason I said probably not, because I knew they had this in them. I knew all along that they had this in them.
You still said probably not.
But they're probably not going to win the World Series. It's because the Orioles are good and the Braves are better. But
they're going to lose 2 out of 3 against the Royals this series.
Sean, you shut.
They're going to do that.
Your dirty mouth.
They've done the last 3.
You're a heretic. Series. A heretic. You know what they would do back in the 1600s? They'd burn you at the stake in Spain. Specifically Spain. Spain took things a little far with the whole let's all be religious thing. You know, the Inquisition, bit of an overreach.
But you look now.
What do we look at now?
No, I'm just saying you look at now, you know, Catholicism still kind of running
somehow,
the joint.
some way, yes.
So maybe don't question it. You know what? Like Dusty Baker, you'll thank the Spanish Inquisitioners later.
Hashtag thank you, Spanish Inquisition. Hashtag thank you, Dusty. Some texts from the 713. Paulie G, I've come to an assessment that you have bipolar personality with the Astros. Laughing my ass off. Both ends of the spectrum, my friend. Well, not all the way to the negative end, my friend. We always be manic, but do we get down? We get close to down. Yeah, I mean, yesterday, yeah. And I 100% live in the moment when it comes to the Astros. I just hope I'm entertaining.
Yeah,
that's all I'm looking for.
It's not so much bipolar. It's just that they win a game and they lose a game, and there's two drastic different takeaways.
Yeah, there are. But they won yesterday.
Yes, they did, Paul.
That's so patronizing, the way that you said that.
Yeah, they did.
And condescending.
No, they won yesterday.
Some of the comments on the twitch.tv/ESPN97.5. Fishing with Dana says, stop the Astros hate. Send Mapes back to Austin with BK. Damn, dude.
Ouch.
But you've never lived in Austin outside of going to college there.
Yeah.
Correct.
No.
HRW on the Twitch wants us to play Doobie Do It. We should just play this and pretend like there aren't serious issues for the Astros, who still are in the thick of a tight AL West race. But I'm declaring the Astros back. As in,
Doobie Do It.
They're still in first. Woohoo!